What's up, YouTube? This is Andy's Dizzy Vlog, another vlog post. Just coming back from Walmart, just figured I would say hello. Tried filming a video in Walmart, but I got self-conscious when someone was walking down the aisle I was in and turned the video off. But I don't know, just I guess an update. I'm going on 2 weeks of the Venlafaxine at 12.5 milligrams. I've been told this is a very low dose, so I was told to not expect very much in the first 2 weeks. I believe Tuesday or Wednesday is when I up my dose. It's Saturday right now. Saturday, 8:30 p.m. Just got done with my 60-hour work week. This is my one night off. So I got home and showered and ate dinner, threw some laundry in. I'll do my laundry for the week, and if I'm not too tired, I'll do my laundry tonight. Try to get as much done as I can tonight, just because it leaves me less stress for tomorrow and I can just relax on my one day off. When I say relax, I mostly mean sleep. I think I said in one of my last videos that I was gonna head back to the gym. That has not happened this week. I know I would feel better if I did it, but at the same time, mornings are incredibly difficult for me. And just starting this new medication, I didn't want to, I didn't want to take on too much at once. Sure, it would have helped, but I didn't do it. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do it this week either. I only really have one day to decide. I suppose I shouldn't I? But I'm sure you've heard this if you've been following me, you already know this. But it's my life, so I'm going to say it again. But I wake up at 5:30 and I get home. If I drive straight home, I'll get home about 5:50, 6 o'clock, depending on how full the parking lot is and how long it takes to get out. So 5:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. is a really long day, and that's without the gym. And I was doing it before my 2-week episode, or I'm sorry, my episode that snowballed into me having to take a 2-week medical leave. I was working out before that pretty regularly, 5 days a week, every day after work. But then that happened and it kind of derailed me. And then my 2-week, my first videos were when I was off of on my medical leave. And of course I wasn't working. So I would, I could wake up at 8 or 9 a.m. instead of 5:30 and, eat breakfast and go to the gym and then walk and then run a mile. And that wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, it was pushing me physically in terms of my vestibular symptoms, but in terms of just total exhaustion levels, it was much more doable, obviously. Not working 10 hours and then trying to do that. I have not been doing my vestibular therapy with my paddles, mostly just because of time and exhaustion. I'm incredibly tired right now. I just Like I said, I just left and got home from Walmart. I think I filmed a video when I was talking about the tart cherry juice and the little squirt bottles for flavoring. I remember in that video, and another video, I think it was titled Walmart Musings, I felt better than I did just now. Walking into Walmart upon entry and just walking up to the entrance, I felt very lethargic. I did take my propranolol and my clonazepam and my gabapentin, which is my nighttime medication. I did take that before I went. So the clonazepam and the gabapentin, clonazepam in particular, tends to make me tired. So I was feeling kind of lethargic and out of it, walking into Walmart, and more than just tired, like I felt like very withdrawn from reality, like very unattached, I guess. I suppose you could call that the depersonalization type sensation. It wasn't terribly blown out. It wasn't like pronounced, but it was still noticeable and notable, I guess. So anyways, in Walmart, nothing extravagant happened, but there were 3 mini episodes that I had where, I don't know what spurred it on, what in the environment in particular. It could have been because I was looking at the produce, the vegetables, like I was getting cucumbers, and so I was like close to the produce shelf aisle, and I was kind of, looking at things close up, and then I backed away, put it in my cart, and when I walked around the corner, maybe just 5 feet, I got this like rapid, kind of like swirling feeling in my head, and like a lightheadedness that felt like anxiety mixed with lightheadedness. I don't know. I just got the sensation of like, oh crap. I was thinking like, I hope this doesn't get worse, and it only lasts for a short time, because I felt like how I felt in those 5 to 10 seconds was not gonna work. Like I would have exited Walmart quickly if that had not dissipated. So I've come to realize that like I'm so analytical about everything, and when it comes to like how you feel, nobody else can feel what you're feeling but you. And because these symptoms are so strange and so abstract is the word, it's difficult to describe them, and it's very frustrating to feel like you're experiencing something that most people never feel. And also I get the perception that I just get the feeling that how I describe what I'm feeling is not really being perceived accurately. And I'm not saying that that's the fault of anyone who's listening to me, doctors, friends, family. I'm just saying that the sensations are so bizarre and so four-dimensional that, you know, I would imagine it would be like taking LSD or shrooms and then trying to explain what that hallucination was like and what it felt like. Like, people who haven't done it are not going to understand unless they've experienced it. It's just one of those things. It's like trying to describe the taste of chocolate to someone who's never had chocolate. You could talk about it and describe it and explain it in great detail, but until you taste it, you're not really understanding what it tastes like. And I feel like that's how this is. If you say I have a headache, people know what you mean. Even if they've never had a headache, it's so common that people are like, oh, okay, your head hurts. Like, yeah, I can put two and two together. But because the symptoms of vestibular migraine and triple PD come and go, and they range in severity, and they seemingly have very little correlation to things, it's so frustrating and difficult because there's not one trigger. It's not like I stubbed my toe and my toe hurts, or I ate chocolate and I got a headache, 20 minutes later. There is no direct correlations with this condition. And anyways, but yeah, I just, every time I go to say this thing happened to me, I really struggle with trying to say what it is that thing is, because I felt it. I know what it felt like, but trying to describe it is like trying to describe, I don't know, what any object is to someone who's blind. They might get a rough idea, but it's still, and that's not even a good analogy. It's more than that. But anyways, yeah, I'm beating a dead horse, but I'm sure a lot of you feel that same frustration. It's just like, you wish that you could just put like a cap on your head attached to a wire that has another cap that you could put on someone else's head, and they could just walk around with you for 5 hours and just experience what it is like to live in this world, because it's just not normal. Things are never normal. At work, when I'm sitting, I can feel normal. When I'm driving, if I don't have a headache, I can feel normal. And 99% of the time I'm driving, that's where I'm most comfortable. In bed, slightest movement, I feel it all over my body and in my head. It's like if I move like my fingers to text, it's like my whole body is ricocheting movements all around me. But anyways, yeah, I had 3 episodes in Walmart, and they were short-lived, but intense, and it's just another one of those things where you try to stay positive and you try to, not let it get to you, And, you know, for the most part, like, I'm fine. I think I'm mostly just tired, but it starts to get to a point where you're just, like, over it. You know, like, you know, you start to think, like, okay, if this is a test, if this is some, like, universal test of my strength, cool, I passed the test. I've been doing this for 2 years. Like, enough. Just let me go back to being myself for a month. Give me a month. Hell, give me a week. Give me 1 full week of 100% normal. You know, I haven't been even close to anything like that. It's still a daily thing. And right now at work, I'm in a situation at work where I'm actually sitting a lot, even though I'm in construction. It's a weird thing that doesn't happen very often, but I'm in a position where I have to do a lot of sitting because I'm waiting around for things to happen, and I can generally be fine. Like 90% of the time I'm sitting there. If I don't have a headache, I can sit there and feel fine. But as soon as I get up and start walking around, especially like even if it's a wide open space, if it has walls, I feel weird. And if it's darker lighting, like if I walk from the outside to an inside building, even though it's all open, there's giant doors everywhere and there's light coming in, it's still darker than direct sunlight. And walking in through those doors, instantly I notice, like, I feel way more dizzy. And see, I hate saying dizzy. And even right now, I'm trying to really experience what I'm feeling so I can describe it. And it's okay, so it feels like what's the best way to describe this? Okay, so you know, like if you're in the ocean and if you ever go to the beach and you're in the ocean, I'm sure all of you have done this, and you're wading out, you know, and you're chest deep, and when that wave behind you starts coming in and it's pulling that water from in front of you, right? It's pulling that water in front of you back into the wave so it can crash down on you. That feeling of like being tugged backwards, just now when I was sitting in my car, it felt exactly like that. Only it felt like I was being pulled this way, like east. If I'm north, felt like it was being pulled. It was pulling me southeast, so like this direction. I don't know how else to explain other than that. It felt like a tidal force was pulling my head and my body slowly that way. But I was just sitting in my car seat, parked. So I don't know. And then I'll experience other sensations that are wholly different from that. Like when I was in Walmart, walked around the corner, felt like all the blood vessels in my brain just went and I got real lightheaded real fast, and then it felt like my head, like my brain inside my head was going like this. But for a very short time. And I got scared when it happened, and then it went away, and then I just kind of felt off, dizzy, but not dizzy, but like, okay, you know, uncomfortable. Just a general sense of uncomfortability in your own body. And sort of floaty. And sort of like you're in Walmart and there's a bunch of things happening around you and there's people around you, but they're not really in the same world you're in. You're kind of in a different world. It's almost like, I'll tell you what it's like. It's like the Matrix. I feel like I'm Neo, and all of the things that I'm seeing are not real. They're the cogs in the machine, or they're the Matrix. I may have said that backwards. Those bats are out again. There's so many of them. But yeah, you know the scene where Neo's walking? Or you know what? Well, that's a kind of interesting parallel between movies. Inception. There's a scene in Inception, and then there's The Matrix. And both are similar scenes. And then, I'm trying to remember, I haven't seen The Matrix in a long time, but in Inception, when they're in the dream, she is the girl is in the dream for the first time, and I'm trying to think, how did that work? The more that guy's subconscious realized that there was an intruder in the dream, then they would like jump and attack her, and then like they would wake up and the dream would be over. I think in The Matrix, I think it was the same way, only there was that woman in the red dress that they programmed to be in there, and regardless, it doesn't matter. That's spent too much time trying to explain that. But point is it felt like I was walking around in the Matrix, like I was just, obviously I didn't believe this, but it felt like I was aware that I was set apart from my surroundings. And that's not a new thing. That's something I've been feeling for 2 years. And sometimes it's more pronounced than other days. Sometimes it changes by the hour. And that happened before I started taking medication. And it still happens on medication. I don't know how that's going to be stopped. I'm hoping this Venlafaxine is going to be the answer for me. We'll see. Tuesday, Wednesday, when I up my dose, we'll give it a week to see how I feel at the end of the week. I'm not going to make a snap judgment that day, because I don't think it'll take effect that quickly. But yeah, so that's what's new. I don't know. I'm just really tired. I'm exhausted. I'm having a hard time thinking. If you made it this far, thanks for sticking with me. And hope you're having a good week. Hope you're finding solutions to your issues out there. If you are, if you found anything that's helped you, like I said in my last videos, I'm on this Dizzy Cook migraine diet, heal your head diet. So I went at Walmart. There were this fruit that I've never eaten called apriums. It didn't say, but I assume it's an apricot mixed with a plum. Well, on the list of the Dizzy Cook fruits you can't eat, red plums was one of them. I'm assuming since aprium is a hybrid of a plum and a apricot, that half plum, so I had to put them back, you know. So I was gonna get them because the nectarines that I have been eating are hard as a rock, and I know they're not gonna be ripe, you know, by Monday. It's Saturday night. I doubt they're gonna ripen in a day. So I got 2 bags of hard nectarines. Just can't eat plums, and the peaches were hard. Not a huge fan of apples. Got some blueberries, I guess. Anyways, if you have any medications that work for you guys, any tips or tricks, I drink ginger tea. Don't think it does anything, but I drink it. Yeah, if you guys are having any success, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments, and just love to know how everyone's doing. With that, I'm gonna take my groceries in and do some laundry and play some PlayStation before bed. So y'all take care out there in cyber world. Take care of yourself. Find a medication that works for you. Find a diet that works for you. Leave in the comments below so we can all, you know, try to learn, and hopefully we can all find solutions to these issues that we're dealing with. So if you're not thriving, keep trying. Stay safe. And I'll see you on the next one.